we're back again with the Uncertified Bookworm. Today we are discussing Miss Jenifer Lewis, Jenifer with one N, Lewis, or Jenifer MF Lewis, the mother of Black Hollywood. So, overall with the book, what were your perceptions of the book? Like from beginning, before you read it, and now, I know, Kayla, you didn't exactly finish, but, for those of us who are at the end, like, go ahead. How are you? Who's snoring?
That's what I was about to ask.
Oh my God, did y'all hear that? Wait.
I mean, because they snoring hard. They getting good sleep. Okay? I kept looking like nobody eyes closed, but somebody's snoring. Girl, Lance in the background getting it.
Lance done worked the whole 20-hour shift.
Y'all, excuse him. No, excuse me.
Girl.
Sorry about that.
I said maybe somebody clearing their throat at her.
I just, you know what?
Did you see me turn my head? I was like, am I the only one hearing it? Okay.
Sorry about
that. Okay, go ahead. What were y'all perceptions?
I am kind of like at the endish because I could say not read, but I listened to it, the audio book some months ago, and then when I saw y'all were reading it, I was going back through, and then I got busy with orders this week, and I was like, oh, the 4th is coming up. Anywho, so I was just shocked at how bold she is. Like, it was like, I don't know, I just love, I mean, I love how bold she is, how unafraid she is. But it was really interesting to me to see how long it took her to make it, because I've always seen her in stuff growing up, so I didn't realize, her story. That's it.
I didn't know until I read it that she suffered from bipolar disorder. So, like, even though she had announced it, I didn't know. Like that, I could, I see that. But yeah, it was really, really interesting. I like that she was just honest, and it was like reading it, you just heard her. It was like her voice. Like, I could imagine her just talking to me. And just telling her story. So,
yeah.
And how far did you get, Kayla? That's how far you got, Kayla.
It's cover bad though, I love Miss Jenifer Lewis. I got past the Nelson Mandela quote in the beginning. And then things happened.
No, I just saw Kayla in the corner like,
Sounds about right. I knew about her bipolar, about her being bipolar from an interview that she did. So I knew that much, but this gonna be me.
Let me say this. I was surprised to hear that sis was living her best life through her vagina. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, she was like, okay, it was very freeing for her to be like so open and honest about everything. And I love that. Now I knew Miss Jenifer Lewis was out there and big and bold and had a huge personality. Okay. I was like, all right. She made a song. Okay, so let me tell you. I read half of the book and then I listened to the other half.
Oh.
So I was able to hear like the songs at the end, her actually singing them. She made a song about all of the men that she slept with.
Oh wow. I didn't
All
hear
of them.
that.
It's on the audio book.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get that.
The
And
audio
Audible,
book is bomb.
she's
Hilarious.
talking to you.
Yeah.
But like I also did not know that she was so classically trained. And I never thought of her like a singer. I always thought of her as like a big actress with a huge personality. But to know that she was a singer and and she started on Broadway, like that was eye-opening to me. That like added so many layers, and I already loved her, but I had that much more respect for her because she literally took her time and worked with all these amazing people to perfect her craft. She was a harlot with Bette Miller.
Yeah.
Like what?
And I didn't know, all the dance and stuff when she was talking about just, the whole performing. I just always knew her as actress. So yeah. It was very interesting.
Now I'm gonna jump
right. The audio.
Huh?
I definitely recommend the audio book.
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna jump like right into some deep stuff from the book. How do you think with her being? Is he still snoring?
Can y'all still hear him? I'm gonna mute until it's time for me to talk.
Like, how do y'all think her being molested as a child by her pastor and her mother kind of like sweeping it all under the rug, or not even sweeping it under the rug, just being defensive against her child, like that was a part of her over sexuality as an adult?
Although I did not read the book on that topic, it does make sense. When you go through that childhood trauma, you do overly sexualize yourself, or some people do. I'm not going to say all of us do, but some people do. I know at first I shut down completely. Like I ain't want to have nothing to do with nothing as far as sex. And then when I did finally have sex, it was like, because at first I was scared. I was like, I don't think this is what I want because of the trauma. And then when I did, it was like, let me go pop this thing everywhere then. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? It was like,
Right.
It opened up, almost like it opened up a wound, and it opened up some stuff that I didn't know I was holding in. So I can understand from that point of view. Now her mother, I don't know what it is about Black people. And I say Black people because it's us. And to me, it seemed like we the ones be holding on to these pedophiles, like still inviting them to the cook-off. Uncle could still come around. Like, what is it? Like, I'm not understanding how you can tell your child or look them in their face and tell them that they're lying about something of this magnitude. And then still, even if it didn't happen, the fact that I'm uncomfortable with this person, that should be enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this okay?
Well, I'm gonna explain what she said in the book. What happened? So, she was in the car with him. He was taking her home, and she would ask everyone all the time, "Do you think I could be a star?" So he pulled over and began to kiss her and grope her. She went home and told her mother, and her mother sent her to her room, obviously called him, and then went to the room and was like, "Tell him what you told me." So Jenifer being Jenifer, she was about to pick up the phone and tell her mother, or tell him exactly what she told her mother. Before, when she picked up the phone, her mother snatched the phone out her hand and went into the other room. Didn't even didn't even want to acknowledge it with her child, because her mother had this fascination with the pastor. Like, almost, She was kind of enamored. She was in love with the pastor, in a way. So he continued being their pastor. And later on, Jenifer, or her mother, sent her something. She was an adult now living in California. Her mother sent her something, and she got her mother to give her the pastor's phone number. And Jenifer called the pastor and went smooth off. Oh, she went off. And his answer was, he gave two BS answers. The first was, I was trying to show you what it would be like in Hollywood.
Mm.
That was his first answer. And then his next was, can I just say something before you start talking? I'm sorry.
Mm.
Mm.
What? Sis was better than me. I would have got in my car, got in the plane, would have been writing Kinlock. Like, it would have went down. Okay? Whew, child. Like, even if it was my child, don't play with my children. I don't care who you are. This could be someone who is my husband, a family member,
Mm-hmm.
my children, and any child, like any, not even any child, just any person doing that to them is off limits in my book.
And I ain't asking no question.
None. Mm-mm.
It's straight fight on site. Period.
Just, you go catch these hands, fam. You go catch these hands, maybe a bullet, a knife thrown at your head, and then I'm gonna get you locked up. Like, and then you deal with their people. Like, you don't do, I can't, it's unacceptable. Like, just,
I like to know how this all started. You know how you think about things and how a lot of Black people have a lot of childhood memories that are the same. Like everybody had the cool cup lady or um, cooking stuff, like how it all got passed down. Like, where did it start in the Black community that it was okay for you to defend a pedophile over your child? Like, I like to know where exactly this started in our history, that it was passed down this far down and we're still okay with it now. Like, we're still condoning this type of behavior.
Mm.
I think, I don't know if this is a start, but it's almost like keep them people out our business.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, we got to stick together and we can't be throwing, oh, even if he did this, we still got to stick up for him because we Black. We all Black and we don't want them in our, like you said, in our business and all that. So, yeah, I was thinking that.
And just like I posted yesterday, I said, can we make a conscious decision as a community to stop capping and defending Black people when they're wrong just because they're Black?
Mm.
Like, at some point, we have to start holding ourselves and our own accountable for their actions. Like, the past generations did do, and that's something that I'm proud of her for touching on. She said that her generation left things so messed up, and it's leaving it to our generation to fix everything. And she said she's responsible, and that's part of why she says she wrote this book, because she's responsible now to help these other generations so that they see things behind the scenes and know what was going on at that time and that it's okay to come out. You think my grandmother not gonna tell me about how she was busting it wide open for nobody.
Mm-mm.
My mama not gonna tell me how she was busting it open for nobody. But I feel like when my daughter grows up, we need to have that conversation. Like, this is what you're going to be feeling. This is what you're going to be going through. I wasn't helped in that way, but I'm going to help you so that you know that, okay, this is what's natural, and this is what's, maybe there's an issue there that we need to talk about, or going to therapy to help. And if there is an issue, figuring out in therapy why that issue is there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child. Look, we go through these therapy sessions with each other every time that we talk.
Look, need to set up a wine down, have
Huh?
wine and some therapy talk.
I told y'all get your concoctions.
Look, I have my beers right here, but I also had therapy earlier this week. I didn't need another one. Didn't need another session.
Hold on. Tamara came back. She said she's not playing with us. And Lance and it's snoring.
You got the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
See, some headphones.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, what about Miss Jenifer sneaking into the Democratic? Oh, hello.
Yep. We hear you.
Her sneaking into the Democratic convention to sit in a.
That was so funny to me. I was like, wait, how? To me, I was like, you're that famous. Like, why you gotta sneak
Right.
in? What do you mean? That was so. I was like, it was like such a normal quote unquote regular person thing to do, to be like, okay, let me get up in here, bro. Let me go ahead.
Like she don't have it, huh?
Like, weird. Okay, but that was really funny. Obviously, I wonder if that was if that had been publicized before she wrote it in the book. Like, I don't know. I hadn't heard of it, but
Right. Like, I felt like that should have been good headlines on TMZ. How she snuck in. It was front row with no ticket. Just was like, look, baby, who was it? Oh my goodness. I had his name just a couple seconds ago. I cannot remember to save my life. Yeah, Tamara, we still can't hear you. But she was just like, look, baby, them people about to come and carry me up out of here. Save me. I am the mother of Black Hollywood. Like the antics that she would pull is hilarious. When she was talking about one of the actors that she was on the road with, she bet him or something. Oh no, she asked him to go get her some water, and he was like, I'm tired too. I'll let you suck my left tit. That man got up. Yes.
Okay, can
Yes.
okay, my phone came back on.
Okay.
But that man ran to go get that water. He ran to get that water so that he could suck on her left tit. I was like,
Okay, did y'all finish discussing the whole her being her and the pastor thing?
yeah. Now, last time we had a book discussion, we kind of had like a therapy session also, about like over sexualization. But it's something that in a Black community we need to stop hiding. That was kind of the consensus that we spoke about, that it's something that generations have hid. Being overly sexual or sexual at all, our parents hid from us. But it's something that's natural and should be discussed. It shouldn't be taboo because it's natural to be a sexual being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we were saying. Did you have anything to add to that?
Just that I was just thinking, that a lot of the shows I used to watch of Iyanla Vincent, it always was something like that, where the daughters would say, well, I tried to tell you and you didn't listen to me. And then you come to find out that it happened to the mother and that her mother didn't listen to her. And, it's just sad how it just continues. And you would think that, like, if it happened to you and your child came to you with that, you think you would believe your child instead of doing to them what was done to you. So I don't know. Mhm.
Do y'all think our generation will break that?
I
Like
think
the new
so.
generation of parents? I mean, hopefully. I mean, you hope
Yeah,
so.
I
Sure.
hope so. I already see me and my friend Edwina talk about it all the time. Like my kids, we were not allowed to talk in my house at all. Like my mom told us what to do and that was it. There was no conversations about anything at all. Like that was it. No, how was school? Nothing, period. Like we don't talk. Now we talk to her, but like I'm uncomfortable. Like if I have something serious to talk about, I don't talk to my mom. But I'm raising my kids, you know, to have dialogue with me because I don't want them to go through everything I went through. And hopefully they don't have to go through it at all. But if something happens, they are able to come to me, you know, and feel comfortable coming to me, you know. I mean, they tell me little stuff now, just anything that makes them uncomfortable. Like they're like, I'm not okay with this or whatever have you. And like my mom thinks that they talk too much, but I'm like, no, I want them to be able to come to me and say, no, like I'm uncomfortable with that. No.
They like at least like they'll be, oh, they're being disrespectful. And it's like, no, like he's telling me what is bothering him.
Mhm.
He's like
Mhm.
human. I want him to tell me.
Like we didn't have feelings as children. It's like
Yeah.
children, you don't get to discuss how you feel or have feelings or
Mhm.
Feeling.
matter. And it's almost like, how do you expect me to grow up having the mindset that I can't tell you anything? I basically don't matter. But then when I get older, you want me to believe that I matter and know that I shouldn't accept certain things and I should accept this and I shouldn't accept that. But how when I wasn't taught that?
Ooh.
The avenue to talk and be open with you about anything. So now you want me to go out in the world and have relationships with people on different levels, and I don't know how. And now I'm weird, but I'm not weird. You're the weirdo because you didn't do what you're supposed to do as a parent. And now that I'm trying to change that as a mother with my child, you want to tell me otherwise. That's not what we're doing. We're not.
One of the things I hated. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I hated as a child, say you catch a whipping or you get in trouble, you start crying, they say, stop all that crying before I give you something to cry for. What do you mean?
You did. You literally just
did.
That's why I'm crying.
Something else? In addition?
Yeah. In addition to what you just did.
It makes us, it raised us that we have to suppress our feelings all the time. And then it leads to us blowing up later. And that's exactly what our parents did. So when my kid right now, if I tell them to do something and they say no, or they say why, or there's like they, what's the word I'm looking for?
Question.
Like question.
Right. They question it. I'm okay with that because you're learning.
Yes.
Like this is you ask in your house. You ask your mom, why do I have to do this? Or I don't want to do this. And then I explain to you why you need to do this. Our parents did not do that. And I'm going to. Like, and they say, no, he needs to do what you say on the first time or doesn't. What are you doing?
Yep.
Like, no, this is, first of all, as adults, we've had time. I've had 31 years to get in touch with my feelings and understand my feelings. He's had 5.
Exactly. Woo! Yes, Lord.
He's had 5.
That all the time.
It's like they expect to be fully developed, their brain to be fully developed to understand that those concepts of like, oh yeah, you should be listening the first time. I shouldn't have to repeat myself. He's 5.
Now me standing in all of my truth, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I battle with myself every day when it comes to my child because I'm battling with me being someone that I didn't see growing up and then me being someone that I did see growing up. So when things happen, my automatic is the go-to of what I know. And what I know is unhealthy. So sometimes I'm automatically unhealthy with him. But what I've been trying to train myself on doing is when I notice that I'm being unhealthy with him, or I notice that something that I know would have bothered me as a child and I just did to him, I'm apologizing right away. And that's something I definitely did not get growing up, is an apology when you notice that you've wronged your child. And so when I notice when I tell him like, okay, I just told you this 5 different times, Kai. Like I'm done repeating myself, this, and this, and I'm basically just giving off commands, giving off demands, and expecting him to just jump. And then I notice his whole emotion shut down, his head bows down, and that just overwhelms me because then I'm like, well, damn, you done fucked up as a parent. You get an F for today. Now let me go and try to redo this thing. Like, let me apologize. Let me try to, explain to him why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. He can explain to me, why he's doing what he's doing. But it is definitely a battle for me because I'm like, the automatic for me is the unhealthy side of me.
No, you're not alone in that at all. Like, it's a constant struggle. And I'm like, every day, and I try to have this mindset of like, okay, every day is a new opportunity for me to do better.
Right.
So I try to say that in the more like, okay, because I may have messed up, because I have instances of that too, where I'm like, my natural reaction may be to yell. And I'm like, why are you doing? And I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah.
Come back. Like, come on back, calm it down. If I got to step away for a little bit, like, take a couple deep breaths and then come back out if I try to repeat something over and over again. But yeah, like, you're not alone in that. It's a constant struggle. And I just,
and something in the book, she, like, going through therapy, she wrote a letter to her mom. Mm-hmm. And in the letter, she was saying how her mom, kind of like what you were saying, Kayla, or no, not you, Tamara was saying, her mom didn't really help her with her homework. She didn't really, like, guide her. She was just there. She paid the bills. She made sure food was in the refrigerator, and then she was a disciplinarian. Like, that's all it was. And then she wrote the letter. She sent it to her mom. Some of her siblings were receptive of it. Some of them were not. Some of them were like, thank you, girl. We've been trying to figure out how we was going to say this to her. Like, thank you for being the one to step out. Look at Tamara's face. But
the Grim Reaper some name, right?
But she sat there and she, like, over time, she said she thought, she was like, what if my mom was depressed every day of her life?
Mm-hmm.
What if this is why my mother did not do this? Because she was dealing with depression every single day of her life, and she didn't know how to deal with it. Like, she even, okay, this is be new to you, Kayla. When she was on the Preacher's Wife set with Whitney, she said, like, they didn't know Whitney was dealing with addiction, but she saw something was off, and she was like, hey, baby. And she said, Whitney called her mama. Hey, mama. I'm all right, mama. Because this is how she reads it. Okay, she was like, mama, I'm sorry, mama. I'm gonna be right there, mama. Look, we got snowed in, mama, but I'm gonna be all right. I ain't gonna never do it again, mama. I love you, mama. I love you. So she said, she told her, she was like, baby, you might need therapy. Like, it helped me a lot. And her instant, like, Whitney snapped and she was like, I got God. My God gonna take care of me.
Yeah.
I got my Lord. And so many times that was what our parents had, because in the Black community, going to therapy is taboo. Like, first of all, you don't discuss your problems with anyone outside the household.
It's a family business. Oh no, you're not doing
right. Right. Then you go sit there and talk to a stranger, and that stranger's supposed to tell you what's going on inside your head that you can't figure out yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not about to do that. And it always, you need to take it to church. You need to read your Bible. You need to do this. You need to. No, baby, you need therapy.
You need a trained professional.
Hold on, let me pull this real. Let me get real close to you. You need therapy.
In the whisper.
Go up to my Tabitha Brown voice and say, baby. Baby, you know I love you, right? I love you. But I just want to tell you, there's some very nice, fine people who will help you with everything that you are going through in life. You need therapy. Because I love you. I do.
Uh,
Kayla, did you fall out?
No, I walked out. Hold on.
Okay. But like I tell my mother this all the time. Look, you need some meds and you need a good therapist.
yeah. That's a thing to my mom. I'm like, and I tell her to everybody. They'll, oh, just therapy, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, go through your insurance. You pay a little copay. Therapy. That's
Mm-hmm.
do that.
All of that.
Wait.
So my mom said something about that the other day. When I think even when I post in the beginner group, you know that since I've gone vegan, I haven't taken my anxiety meds. And maybe about like 2 weeks after I was doing the challenge, like, and I was taking them every day, and I was taking one for a Clonopin. Like if it just got too much, then I'm popping that too. And I just feel like totally different since I went vegan. So when I said that in the group, then my mom texts me, talk about, oh, y'all just put too much pressure on yourselves, and girl, oh, y'all do not need to be taking medicine. And first of all, if I do need to take my medicine, I'm gonna take my medicine, and like that's not something that you should discourage people from doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she just still think, you know, like talking about stuff, taking medicine, whatever, is just like a big no to her. She don't believe in therapy or, you know, any. So, you know, that's another reason why I say if I have something serious to talk about, I don't talk about it.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who our parents think put pressure on us? Hold on.
They eliminate themselves.
Hold on. We put too much pressure on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weren't you the one who told me that I had to be twice as good to get half as much every day of my life?
Mm-hmm.
Come home with a B, and you're going to say, how many of them got A's?
A 90, that's a B. Okay, that's too close. That's too close.
Too close.
Too close. Nah.
But I put pressure on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I did this to me.
I'm still
Okay.
dealing with stuff from my childhood that I didn't get to talk about when I was a child. So now I'm dealing with it at 32. That's why I take medicine, baby. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to pop all them pills. Okay. As long as it don't pop up on a drug test at work, I'm going to take the meds. Because that's another thing. Like, she touched on that in the book.
Mm-hmm.
How she would be doing well on her meds. And so many people who take meds, once they get to a place where they can cope, and they're like, oh, I'm okay. I don't need them anymore. Then you get off your meds. And she said it took maybe a day before she was in a manic episode after she got off her meds.
Yeah.
And she also said taking her meds wasn't something where they was like, okay, here's the meds for you to take and you're good. No, you have to figure out dosage. You have to figure out the concoction of meds, or the cocktail that they call it's a cocktail. You have to figure out the cocktail of meds that's going to work for your biological system.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes time. And a lot of people, oh, well, this didn't work, so I'm just going to give up and I'm not going to do it anymore. No, baby, this is a journey.
Yeah.
Like, this is a journey to getting you healthy. You are not going to fix 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of trauma in 1 week with a pill. Mm-hmm. That's not how this works. Anywhere. Whew, child. It was a couple things that I wanted to talk about with the book. And I don't know, did y'all have any questions, or like, not you, Kayla.
The shade.
Oh no, that palm tree is planted firmly on both sides of you. All the okay. So, question, Tori and Tamara. Did y'all like research the books, not the books, the shows and and like the musicals and the one woman shows that she did. Because every time she brought up a new one, I was like on YouTube.
I needed like I didn't. I meant to, and I did not. But also, like that video, whatever Instagram video she did with whoever, I meant to go look that up too, because probably enough my therapist also referenced that because I was telling her about this book. Anyway, and I was like, I have to go watch that video. What video are she talking about?
Hold on, you didn't see the video with Brandy?
I did not.
I don't want nobody with me in these streets. And then here they come. I don't want nobody. You fix that tone. Fix that tone. I don't want nobody with me in these streets. Girl, like, it is hilarious. Yes, you absolutely need to go look that up.
Yep.
You absolutely.
See, you tried to fool me, and Tori ain't even seen the video. I seen the video.
I knew you was gonna say something. I was like,
the shade. Move it.
Oh, the library is open. It is time to get read.
About to shade me, and I seen them.
Like, there was one. Now, I can say with her voice, she is like a cabaret or even like a real Baptist church singer. Like, that's how her voice is. She was doing, I guess, one of her shows that she talked about, the one where she was like in a red dress laying on the piano. I did see that one. So I was like, oh, okay, Miss Jenifer. I still wanted to see that kick into the split.
Yeah. Look, I said, what about the AIDS epidemic that she was talking about? How many of her friends were dying? Like, she just said it just kept being phone call after phone call. And all the hairstylists, the people that was doing her hair, everybody. Okay, you go finish.
Like, her best friend, the one who was writing like all the shows for her, like the one woman shows, how she said that when she saw him, he had like the purple lesions all over his face. And her cousin, like, she didn't exactly say that's why her cousin died. She just said that he didn't want to talk about his disease. So my assumption was he contracted the disease also. So it's like so many great people in Black Hollywood are gone.
That's the part that I was on when I was trying to go back through it on the audio, and I just couldn't believe, how she was saying that people was just dying like left and right from that.
Oh, child. Like, I know we're still not at the space where we have a cure. There is a vaccine, but there's no cure. But it's still. Can you imagine if we at least had this vaccine at that time? How many people would still be here? Like, how many lives could have been saved? Like, great artists.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that she was open about that, and she took action. Like, she was a true ally to that community.
Give it to you. She's funny too. She wants me to open the orange.
Huh?
She wants me to peel the orange for her, and I'm trying to hold this phone. I did it right there.
Like, we are all moms. We understand, because my little munchkin right there stole my drink, and empty. Yeah. You better be lucky I love you, kid. Tori, where's your son?
Little stuff like that, I wouldn't have been able to do.
Huh?
I said even little stuff like that, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Like, like get mad at my mom because I want her to open the orange. Like, baby, you wasn't mad. No, none of that. Lance. He acts like he ate her orange, so that's why she's screaming. Can y'all stop?
Tell Lance he has disrupted this meeting or this group.
Several times. My phone is enough. He's snoring. He got legs and hollering. Do not put that whole thing in your mouth. No, ma'am. Go in there with that. That's not funny. It's not safe.
Apologies.
Y'all hear him? He said apologies.
I like how he sounds so energetic after that good sleep.
Taking like a 3-hour nap.
Like he just he sounds so full of life.
Not doing flips out the room.
Huh?
I say not doing flips out the room.
He play all day.
He got up ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Go in there with that orange.
Uh-oh. Y'all, Tudor has messaged me back. We might get her to come on.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Hold on. Okay. Oh, one thing I do like that she touched on, the adoption of her daughter. Like, first, didn't know she had a kid. Her daughter Charmaine, and like her going from a big sister to a parent of like she was 7 when they started. So she was like middle schoolish when she adopted her. Like, ooh. Going from someone who could tell this child yes all the time because you're like the big sister. Y'all are together to have fun and like expose her to things, to now this parent who has to say no.
Yeah.
And like for us, we've been with our kids since like day one. So like in the beginning, when the baby's crying, you want to, coddle the baby. You don't want to tell them no. But once that baby become that terrible toddler, that no get real strong. We turn into professional no artists. But just that relationship developing, like that was interesting to me. How did y'all react to that?
I didn't know a ton about her background before I read the book. So, and I didn't go out, like I wasn't going to go look it up because I wanted to find out through the book. So I was wondering, like throughout the whole thing, I was like, does she have kids? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know that she does or does not. So when it got to that part, I think there was like a picture, like the part where it's like pictures and it was like her and her daughter, her. And I was like, oh, okay, so she does. So I'm waiting for the part where she's like, oh, and we did that, like whatever. And I was like, oh no. So like the fact that she was a big sister and she did the whole adoption thing, I was like, that's really commendable, A. And then I just had no idea that that's how she came to have a child, like a daughter. So I was like, that's really interesting. But, and I guess I wondered too, like, cause she has sisters, like the Charmaine, like she had other siblings.
3.
So it's how did she touch on that of like how it felt about her being able to like, oh, you got adopted by this big, star and yada yada, we're here doing XYZ and being able to travel and whatever, like the resentment. I wonder how their relationship is.
She said, I think she said like, especially since Charmaine was a child, like she would go brag. The sisters, they had big sisters also. They were all in the big sister, big brother, or big brother, big sister program. But Charmaine was the one who kind of lucked out and got a celebrity as a big sister.
That's right.
And the other sisters were kind of like resentful. So she said, though her and Charmaine's mother weren't best of friends. They would talk. So she would try to say when they would go to a theme park or something, she would try to take the other girls also so that they would have some experiences. But I imagine at some point, especially when Charmaine started living with her and then it got to the point where she was like the legal guardian of her. Yeah, you can't. I mean,
You can
you
only.
have to parent now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it broke my heart when the younger sister, she ended up in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Charmaine's youngest sister ended up in the system. So like, now I was like, yeah, you couldn't take that baby.
Right. I was like, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, I guess, man, that's just awful. And again, I wonder, like, with her being an adult now, the younger sister, like, was in just like, oh, man, how is their relationship? Does she have a relationship with Charmaine? And like, yeah.
That would be interesting if Charmaine came out with her own little,
Mm-hmm.
the daughter of the mother of Black Hollywood.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I would read it.
Because that child has a story, to have a mom who's dealing with so much and then she has MS, and like a single parent who has MS living in California, which is expensive already. But one thing I was surprised that she talked about in this book was the STDs that sis was getting, and she was like, and the multiple pregnancies. She was like, and you know, I have not had a child. I was like, oh.
I must have the audiobook. Like, hey, I can listen to the audiobook. It's on.
Y'all have to get the audiobook, because she's like, all of the STDs I got, and and the multiple pregnancies, and as you all know, I have not had a child. I was like, okay, sis. All right, you had a few abortions. She even talked about she had an abortion. Oh, y'all.
Tamara's stupid.
The dude who she got pregnant for when she was in high school. Did you get to that part, Tamara? No? Hold on, she's typing.
What'd you say?
She says I said the dude that she got pregnant for in high school. Did you remember that part?
Boyfriend that like, oh yeah.
Not the one that she lost her virginity to.
Yeah.
But she said that, Kayla, she said it was so small, she couldn't tell whether it was in or out.
Yeah.
And then she said he was reaching down for something and she didn't know what was going on. And I later found out that the condom broke. The condom.
I would imagine it slipped off before it broke if it was that small.
Exactly. He was trying to hold it on for dear life.
Right.
He couldn't swim in that ocean.
Wrapped it around his index finger and was holding it like this while he. Lord.
Oh my Lord. But I was like, first of all, if I ever got pregnant for a man that I did not even feel it, I would be so mad.
How did that even happen? Like, so you wasn't even in me. How did this even happen?
This is immaculate conception.
Immaculate conception, part 2. Because
you telling me I gotta carry a whole baby and I didn't even get the goods?
Right. Ugh.
Like, bruh.
Finger popped you and got pregnant.
Child. Oh, Lord. Oh, hold on.
You gotta mute.
Did y'all hear the story when it first came out that she got conned by this professional con artist who was dating like older women and conning them out of their money?
I didn't know that either until I read it. I was like, wait, what? No, I knew nothing. So when I was like, also another shocker in the book for me. It's like, dang, that's messed up.
Tamara, just type because we don't know what you're saying. But like, I heard the story. I wish she would have touched on it more. Like, how did he get you? Like, first of all, how did you meet him? How did he get you? Oh, you were testing the audio. How did he get you? Like, she say her friend came to her with the evidence. I was like, baby, he conned Jenifer Lewis. We all need to jump him. All her kids from Black Hollywood need to get together and go whoop his butt. All of them. Angela, the dude from the Temptations. Anthony Anderson. All y'all need to come together and whoop his ass. Yeah, we demonetized by now. They need to whoop his ass. Child, just
That made me that show on Netflix. Have y'all seen it? AJ and what was it?
And the Queen.
AJ and the Queen. Yeah, have y'all seen
with
it?
RuPaul.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw the trailer.
You have to watch it. It is so good. But that happened in that I automatically thought about that when you said he was conning older women for their money, because that's what happened to her in there. But go watch it.
No, they were conning older drag queens for their money. But and it was something else. Hold on. I'm trying to think. That man that she was with for what she said 8 years, who left her at the top of Kilimanjaro.
Wasn't that the one that she was off and on with? Or was that the one?
No, that was Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas was the one that she was off and on with for a long time.
Yep.
This was Terrence.
Yep, that's who when they engaged.
Yes.
Yeah, that was after she had Charmaine, like, adopted her. Yeah.
Like,
okay.
She said he low-key like threw the ring at her. Tamara, you need to finish the book, girl. You need to get to that ending. Girl, he threw... Pop, we wouldn't be engaged. I don't care how many years this is. And then we're at Kilimanjaro, one of the tallest summits in the world, and you leave me?
Yeah.
And she in the dark by herself? In the dark by herself to walk down a mountain? I would have left him right there. Like, find your own way home.
Was it that did he want to continue and she wanted to stop? Yeah, and then she went and he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna walk back down with you. You got it."
Look, Caleb. I mean, look, Caleb face. Caleb like, what?
Because I got to get the audio like now.
Yes, girl. Was there anything else in the book that we need to discuss? Trying to think. There was a lot of sex. A lot. A lot. Some of it, that quickie, like when she was getting on a plane to go to California, and she was like, "The limo can wait." Y'all, if this woman ever sees this, she gonna curse me out.
The voice.
Who is this bitch who thinks she can imitate me? I am Jenifer motherfucking Lewis.
You definitely sounded like her on that part.
I am getting cursed out.
Yeah, you definitely sound just like her.
Like, y'all have to listen to it. That is how she is saying this stuff on the Audible.
Yeah, that's why I like Audible. I only really get the books that have the author reading them.
Yeah. Okay, so that concludes our uncertified bookworm discussion of Miss Jenifer with one N Lewis, mother of Black Hollywood's book. If you had to rate the book, for those who read it,
More shade.
if you had to rate the book 1 through 5, what would you give the book?
5.
5.
Yeah. She said, I'm not doing a tell-all. I'm telling all my business. Like, she's telling all about her. Yeah, she got that.
Yeah, the book was really good.
That was a journey that I was happy to go through with her.
I don't know if y'all can see my wall. Okay, y'all see my wall up there?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are like all like Black women in history and Hollywood and all of that on my wall. I need to add Miss Jenifer Lewis.
Yes.
I need to add Miss J. Lou because baby, she belongs up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Miss Dorothy Dandridge. She can go right here.
Mm-hmm.
She sure do.
She belongs up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that. All right, guys. Thank you. And join us again on our next discussion. Is going to be coming up from the Uncertified Bookworm. Bye. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to our channel, and hit the alarm so that you can see more content from the Uncertified Incorporated.
I don't know, man.
I feel like 2020 gave us a no-knock warrant.
No lie.
No.
And we were Breonna Taylor laying in our bed.
R.I.P.
Like,
Why did you not arrest the murderers of Breonna Taylor?
That part.
Can we do that?
Edit that in there.